Therefore, I'm unique to Satan in that I respect it, but I see it as something that has a problem. I understand that it's more intelligent than I am with its collective consciousness that it's using, like a bunch of computers that are all linked together for super processing. Satan's intellectual strength grows with each new soul that it absorbs. Hence a Marilyn Manson lyric, the more you fear us, the stronger we get. You know, it's a growth. Do you understand that? It's growing like a cancer. So I understand that it's over my head, and it understands that I understand that. A demon understands that I understand that. Mind control agents understand that I understand that. It tried to entice me, sure. But I turned it down, but the difference between me to it is that I didn't turn it down out of righteousness. Because righteousness is mechanical. It's a program. For example, I give this example, I think, in one of my recordings of where I was walking in the woods with a styrofoam cup of coffee, right? And I finished the coffee, and instead of taking it to a garbage can, I had this intuition to just put it down right on the trail. Now, 99.9% of humans with their mechanical mind would look at that. If they saw me do that, they would have their opinion based upon mechanical storage of what they believe to be the correct rules. Oh, he's littering. Or, oh, look at him, he didn't give a shit. Whatever their opinion is, but they won't understand what I was doing. Being connected to the spirit and life, I had an understanding in that moment that by putting that coffee cup down, somebody's going to come by and they're going to pick it up. And when they do so, they're going to feel like they're contributing, and it's going to raise the spirit in them. Therefore, their vitality. Well, it turns out I met the person who picked up that cup a couple days later by bringing this up synchronously, and she was a Rosicrucian that I've sat in the woods and talked to for long periods of time, because she's very rigid in her programming as well. Do you understand that Satanists get the same programming that Christians do? It's just a different programming. Satan either wants you to give yourself to it or sell yourself to it. It doesn't care what your experience is and your illusion. Oh, sure, you want 7 years, anything you want in your dream? Sure, okay. You could do that anyway, but you don't know that, so yeah, sign right here. Yeah. Or accept its judgment as God. The Spirit will not judge you. It knows that you can't work without its guidance. Your design is to do that. Therefore, if you're disconnected, it knows you're not going to work correctly. Therefore, you must assess this world with truth. You must dismantle your belief systems, or be as a child, meaning pre-programming. That's part of what entering heaven as a child means. Pre-indoctrination. You have to be honest with yourself about this world. Let me ask you a question. What sane mind would create something like a mosquito, a tapeworm, a wood tick? There's no reason for that. It doesn't make any sense. Why did it happen? This is a world of both true creation, manifestation out of love, and miscreation. Both created by a mind. But if the mind is not commanded by spirit and or love, the larger picture, then it's just math, because the mind is math. And if it doesn't have the correct guidance, then it's only mathematical probability. Do you understand that? Meaning you could take a knife and cut your hand off right now, but you're not doing that, are you? But mathematically, it's probable. Those that are not commanded by spirit or have been taken over by cancer see the world as math. Random calculation of possibility. And it can snowball based upon pain and pleasure. This is why they, what you call the Illuminati, are likely to do something incredibly humanitarian one day, and then something incredibly heinous and horrific the next day. Mathematical probability. They see no limits. They want new formulas, new calculations, new colors, new sounds, you know? There are a lot of things that you could do that you don't do. Some of that is because of the programming of your mind. The other element to that is your spirit. Technically, I mean, you shouldn't have to teach a child not to kill. It wouldn't be in their instinct to want to do that because of the guidance of Spirit. The Spirit is very strong in a child. You get these, and people say, old souls are very wise. No, the real truth is the old souls are the ones that have been here and have been having their will broken over lifetimes. So the old souls are the ones that are just following the system, and they've lost a lot of their ability to perceive the truth. That's why they go right along with the system, because once Satan puts them on that bike, it knows they're going to fall. So it's happy. Yeah, go ahead, go through the system, do whatever. You're not going to be able to withstand the fake judgment or whatever reality we give you when you die anyway. It knows that. That's what building your house in a rock means. You must know thyself, and the only way to know thyself is to know the love of Spirit. And once you bear witness to that, it's going to be very, very difficult for Satan to prove to you that you are responsible for anything it did through you, to put you in guilt. The creative Spirit loves you. So, every time someone connected to Spirit or guided by Spirit in a moment lets somebody feel that, which has happened to me a lot, Satan goes to work on them as soon as that interaction is over. And it is very likely they'll get dreamscaped, reprogrammed so that the very next day even, they forgot all about it. They forgot how it made them feel. It's always doing that. It's always trying to counter people that I talk to. Do you know how many people have complained of entity attacks after listening to what I have to say? Yeah. All I can tell you is that don't worry so much about that, because that's proof that you're doing something right. Why else would they attack you? It's mathematical probability, miscreation. The mind will create whether it is or is not guided by Spirit. And or cancer. Cancer is an insane creation, meaning a mind without the guidance of the whole. What is happening on this level is the same thing that happens in your body. There are many ways to look at it. Think of yourself as a cell to something larger. Just like I say that the cells in your body, perhaps they create their own holographic illusion that they experience, so they have an experience while they're alive for you. Well, maybe that's what you're doing. So the cancer in your real state is attached to the outside of you, and the more it breaks your will in your own illusion, the more access it gets to the real you, wherever you are, to come inside and corrupt and change you. So what you're having right now is an experience. You are not your experience, you are the experiencer. Do not let the experience change you. No matter how painful your experience may become or pleasurable it may become. Both pain and pleasure are the same as far as Satan is concerned. Pleasure is nothing like the true joy of being commanded by Spirit. And I can guarantee you that heaven is anything but boring. You won't be like, all these rules. No, because you will create that. You would come to the same conclusion that rules try to impart in this insane reality. If you're honest with yourself, you will see that this world is insane. The whole food chain is insane. What sane mind would create a world where life consumes itself? Well, that's God just subjectively experiencing itself to learn. What? How many times does God have to be a child that gets sacrificed and raped before God gets it? No, that isn't what it is. There's only one truth. And people say, no, truth is individual based upon subjective reality. No, it isn't. But insanity is individual, so congratulations. There's variability in everybody's perception. That should tell you something. Nobody has it right.